Hello, Professor Ledger. Cultural artifact essay confession. So, the cultural artifact essay was by far the most difficult. When we first got the assignment, I was pretty excited for it because we had to choose a personal artifact. So I was like, okay, I'll choose something that's important to me, which is my horse's halter. I mean, I show, I ride, I spend every day with them. So I thought it'd be a really good essay, and with the learning memoir, I was able to really put myself into the paper, so I thought this would be another chance to do that. And when the proposal came out and we just had to write about our personal cultural artifact, I was really excited for it, and I felt pretty good about it. And then we got the part where we had to choose another outside community that had another similar artifact, and I really struggled with that. Horse halters are pretty universal around the world. They just go around the horse's head, and they're used as a collar, so I didn't know how to go about finding another one and comparing it to. I thought about bridles, which is what we ride in, but I still use it, so it wasn't very different from what I was using. So after a while, I found the Arabian horse halters, which are used for their competitive disciplines, and they've been used since the Arabian horses have been founded, which they were one of the first breeds. So they've been around a while, so I thought that was a good one to compare to. And the Arabian horse world is very different than what I do in dressage and what my quarter horse does. They're much more refined, and they're very a proud breed. So I thought it'd be a really interesting community to research about and learn about. So, and I learned a lot about them, so I see the value in that. But it was by far the most difficult. It was easy to find differences, but I found differences, but I found similarities a little bit harder. But ultimately, I found that even though you're used differently and they represent different things, both communities, myself and the Arabian horse world, feel the same about their horses. They both love them and want to show them off in the best possible way. So I learned a lot about the Arabian horse world, and I learned that MSU breeds Arabian horses, and we have one of the oldest breeding programs in the U.S., so I thought that was interesting. This project really helped me to learn more about the wider horse world, which is something I want to be a part of, so this was definitely a good learning experience. After selecting an outside community, the length was also pretty difficult for me. Definitely the writing center appointment was by far one of the most beneficial things. The consultant helped me find things I needed to explain, because horse language to me is just second nature, so I think people know what I'm talking about, but they don't. And it helped to have an outside person come and say, no, I don't get this. So that really helped me add the length, and after that, I felt a lot better about the project. But still, this one was, after the first two projects, I turned it in, I was like, yes, I think I did good. This one, I'm still like, could I have done better? I think I could have written more or changed this, and I definitely worked down to the wire just because I wasn't as confident. But I feel like that's part of writing. Some papers you're not going to connect with, and some you are, so this one was definitely one of the harder ones for me to write, but necessary. I needed to work through the challenges of writing, and I definitely won't connect with everything I want to write in the future, so this project helped me to come to terms with that. So, I enjoyed the research part of it, but the actual writing was far more difficult. I had trouble translating my thoughts to writing, but I see the value in it, and I appreciate the project now that it's done. Definitely didn't enjoy doing it, but I see the benefits of it, and I appreciate that part, so it was an evil but a necessary necessity for me to write it, so I just hope I did it justice. I felt passionate about the topic, so, I mean, as long as there's anything to write about, so thank you for the project, and hopefully I did well. Have a good night, and